video game covers.
We love you, John.
Yeah, Starmock is in Steel Samurai. Ian and Carrie are in Byscore, and Ian Cowell and his band of Exceptional Goblins, and
Premium Vintage and other shit.
Psychic Hit.
Psychic Hit.
Warrior Speedwagon.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We both keep getting added to bands because we don't know how to say no to people.
That's what happens.
And
Contestant Gene J
Catitudes
Band
and
has a new band that's all hentai and golf. So check out 4-player.
4-player.
And Catitudes in WASD.
Yes. And so that's what we do musically. We're all, here. We all played a show this weekend as well. Well, if not one, multiple.
A couple times.
Yeah, the reason why this panel is happening right now is because all of us played at least one, probably two sets yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyway, we do have a short history of DoD panel that, I had applied for 2 panels. VGM Con said, you have to pick one. And instead of picking one, I'm just kind of incorporating that panel into this panel. Because every time we do one of these listening parties, there's always like a handful of people who show up and they don't know what DoD is, and then we don't explain it to them, and then they leave. And I feel like that's not a good marketing strategy for us long term. So I wanted to spend a few minutes talking about the history of DoD before we actually get into the listening party proper. So Austin, what's DoD?
Oh yeah, so Dwelling of Duels is a monthly video game remix competition. There's a different theme every month. It might be something like snow games, or it might be boss themes, or on a month like today, it may be a challenge for everyone to cover the exact same song, Tornado of Solos. And you submit your game arrangement in the 30-month window when you have from when the theme is announced, and then we vote for everything anonymously, and the winners the results get revealed at the same time as the artists who made the songs, and then and there's also critiques and reviews and things that happen while the tracks are anonymous, and then the results come out and you get to brag about being number one on a website.
And also now you get like fun plugins.
Yes.
But it's mostly a JPEG and bragging rights.
JPEG and bragging.
The most important JPEG on the internet.
It is. Yeah. A winner is you. Statue of Link. Yeah, it's so good. DoD has been around since 2003. I was just talking to somebody. I was 8 years old. 8 years old when DoD started. So it's been around for a while. Mm-hmm. Ooh, nice new record.
You said
No one goes to negative.
2003.
2003.
I was
23.
Ooh, well.
Yeah.
DoD has a very wide range of contestants, even young ones. So yeah, probably is older than at least a few others for sure.
No,
Next slide. Where's my mouse cursor? There we go. So, Dwelling of Duels. It's a bad pun. In my hot take, Dwelling of Duels is a bad pun name. Because it's Dwelling of Doom, but you could have found a better Duels pun, I think. So my challenge now is I want everyone to come up with a better pun name
than Dwelling of Duels.
Than Dwelling of Duels, just to see what, if anyone can do it, because I think it can be better. Not that we're going to rename, but
Better not.
it'll be a subtitle.
rebranding there.
So
how did DoD start?
Oh man.
What was the instigating incident?
Hey, that person over there would know.
As they yell
Yeah.
at
Can you come
you.
up?
Yeah.
Ryan.
Explain.
Ryan, can you come up here and hit the mic?
All right.
I got a lot right here, Ryan. Come on.
I'll yield.
Are you flying?
Mike is in we're live streaming this right now, and Mike says, "This is why I usurped you, Austin. You had 6 years to change the name."
The answer is basically drama.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, House the Great and his brother Shane were trying to duel, basically, with Oroku Saki, which I doubt anybody here even knows. You do. Yeah. But it was just a lot of shit talking. Like, I can do this, and Oroku Saki was like, "Show me your Dwelling of Doom," and these guys are like, they were fighting over it, and it just it didn't happen. They all talked, and then they all just kind of backed off, and the first month was just really like no one even entered the Duel. They just did their own songs.
He did different songs, yeah.
Yes.
Mega Man X3.
I can't even remember.
Because it was
I know
Radney, yeah. I recovered that song, so I remember.
Okay. Yeah.
But I don't know who it was that went against him. Wait, we have that. We have the same.
Yeah, you have the stuff in front of you. You can.
But it is presented in a different light these days.
Yes. So yeah, basically the answer is drama.
The house is here. Should we just like call him and have him come in and defend himself?
I just saw him when I came in.
Was that the guitar guy?
Yes.
Oh,
That's the
which
guitar.
one?
Yeah.
Nice.
And she's like, "Who's that?" I was like, "You wouldn't know him, but he's really great at guitar."
And then it was Crimson with Ikari Warriors 2.
Oh yeah, Crimson, of course.
Yeah.
did
Victoli
something.
Load.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then that's how it all started.
Yes.
And then it became just like, let's do it again. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. Let's do it again.
Yeah, that's where I started entering every single month for like, I don't know, nonstop, like 40 months or something. I don't even know how long it was.
Mm-hmm.
But it probably wouldn't have continued if I didn't do that, because there was that 1 month where
Oh, yeah, you were the only
nobody
person who entered. Yeah, that
Me-
could have easily been the end of DOD.
me and Pingo Simon, and I saw him.
Yes.
He's around somewhere.
Yes.
But, yeah.
Yes. Wow. History.
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 So basically, beef on the internet is why we're all in this room right now.
Exactly. It
Oh
was-
my gosh, you want to talk about beef?
It was
Like,
beef, but like we
OC
were,
Remix right here.
Larry's super nice.
We could, yeah, DOD
No.
versus OCR.
Oh my God! There's no DoD versus OCR.
Okay,
panels that work. Like,
for the context of the internet, we are now
No.
joined by Larry OG from OC Remix.
Yeah, no. So, no. One thing I do remember. Let's talk about DoD OCR beef. Now, I'm a video game music lover. I love DoD, and I remember that one entry, the Ninja Gaiden entry, the Sinister Augury, when it got submitted to OCR and it got rejected. It got rejected. Yeah.
I don't even remember.
And
It probably took him a year to get back.
the shit. No, that was when it was fast. That was when it was actually
Okay.
fast. So it probably took like 2 months or 3 months, but so that was fast, quote unquote. But when that track got rejected, the shizzies went nuclear. Like, yo,
Yeah.
OCR sucks. You guys
Yeah.
are terrible. You don't like live instruments. Y'all don't respect
Sounds like
all that stuff. Even though we had like we've got Ailshon on there, we've got Goat, like we've got like
Didn't matter.
it didn't matter. Yeah, no, it didn't.
VGM.
It did. Yeah, it didn't matter. People were super angry about that rejection, and it led to a lot of bad feelings between OC Remix and DoD. Which, again, right? I've never had the personal bad feelings. I don't think people hated
No, me
me
neither.
particularly. Maybe they did. I don't know.
I love
But
OCR. I'm posted.
yeah. Austin's on there. Darmok's on there. Like like we love all the community. Pud's on there. Ailson's on there. Like we love. Audiobook's on there. We love.
Yeah.
Kiana's on there. Like we love. James Violin's
There's
on there.
literally
Like,
everybody in this
yeah,
room.
like-
You're on
Yeah,
OC
like a
Remix.
whole bunch of people are on there. So I mean, it's all it's all community. It's all love. And so even though there was quote unquote beef, it was. I felt like it was a one-sided beef.
Yeah,
you know what
I
I'm
think it
saying?
was
Where
just
like,
yeah.
we had all that love. We still love live music. We love live performers. We love what DoD does. I think 6 of the last 10 tracks that we posted on OC Remix are from DoD entries, like the Party Month and Crossover Month, all that kind of stuff. So I mean,
Yeah.
all love. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you, Larry. Thank you.
I think a lot of it was a joke. Like, it was-
Yeah.
like,
Joke
just-
anger.
Just kind of like gentle rhythm,
Wrestling.
SmackDown versus Raw. Yes.
I just want to say, like, as someone who was not like the best musician when I started doing DoDs, like, I feel like DoD really leveled me up. So now I actually feel like I do kind of belong a little bit on OCR, whereas before I was like, man, they don't want someone who's just like a garage rocker kind of person, like. But now I'm like, yeah.
No, we
okay,
love
I
it.
need that time.
We love it. Let me ask you guys a question real quick.
Yes.
Y'all were talking about the great feedback and stuff like that. Now, Snapple Man, he is a nice man. But I'm curious,
You're talking about great feedback.
So we had
Snapple
our
Man.
own, we had our own curmudgeons like Protricity and stuff back in the day, but Snapple Man is like a legend, right? And he will give it to you straight. But so I would like to ask all of you real quick, what's like some of the best feedback that you feel like you've gotten? Like, any memories that you have of like leveling up and feeling like somebody gave me tough love?
Yeah, being told about my snare socks.
Yeah, snare is a big one. Yeah.
Pud's given really good feedback. Actually, I've actually gotten more compliments from you than I have any feedback, and that alone propelled me to keep doing it. Because I'm like, if Tony doesn't know who it is and is saying positive stuff, but I've really gotten good feedback from like Jay and Wake. Lots of people. Snap will always be honest. Like if Andreas has something to say, you're gonna listen to it, even if it kind of hurts your feelings. He's right. He's right. If he calls a frequency, Kev, it's fun to play music with Kev, but like Kev he will not BS you in any capacity. So really, anyone from the old guard had just been through it and understand it.
I think Joe was really good.
Oh yeah,
like
Numa Joe?
Yeah,
Okay.
People give reviews a lot, and it's a lot of times it's like, yeah, I kind of knew that, but like when he gives a review, they're like unique, and he points out things that no one else really does. Like it's like, oh, cool, yeah, I didn't
Close
even thought of
details.
that,
the man's also good at that too.
Yeah.
Anything that isn't just me being told that my snare sucks and I need to scoop the mids, like
You get that detailed feedback.
DoD
Like
time.
if someone is telling me that I should cut like 700 hertz in my XYZ mic, that's the kind of feedback that I really appreciate, because I'm like, oh, I never thought about that. I see what you're telling me. So you might be a musician who has never entered DoD before. Two of you. So you might be thinking, that's cool. How do I enter? And the way that you do that is you just record yourself a song. Go download Reaper. It's free. Record a song, a cover. You just have to play some instrument live. Like if you pick up a guitar, you gotta plink out the melody for something. And those are loose guidelines as far as like one instrument should be live. Like the primary instrument should be live. Everything else though, you can pretty much program it. If it's gonna mean you finish a song, I'd recommend that to get started. You can't have released a song before, right? Because everything operates on anonymity, so you're not allowed to.
And
let
we have
anybody
updated
know.
our guidelines as what counts as released.
Oh yes,
recently.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah. So previously, I believe it was just as long as it hadn't been like put out on Bandcamp or Spotify or YouTube or something like that, then it would qualify. And then we had to kind of expand it to ensure that people who had been playing the song live and workshopping it live or workshopping it on a stream somewhere were not then entering that into DoD, because one of the biggest things about DoD is the anonymity. And for someone who, perhaps is involved in a lot of gigging and whatnot and plays frequently to audiences much like this.
Kirby's Dream Band.
We had to expand the rule specifically because of KDB, but like it has since come up.
Another point in favor of Lonely Rolling Stars.
But it's just it. We want to make sure that the playing field is as level as possible, and if someone has been playing a tune live for, in KDB's case, it was like 2 years or something like that.
They did, and they played it at MagFest too.
Yeah, and so it's like when you're doing that kind of thing, and you're basically playing a version of the arrangement or the in progress arrangement to a crowd that contains a bunch of people from DoD.
Yeah, it's kind of not anonymous anymore.
It's not anonymous at that point. We had to expand the definition of released, but yeah.
Yep, and then it's got to be longer than 2 minutes, with the exception of Brevity Month. Every year we do a theme where you have to be under a minute, because it's also fun to just like record a short little track rather than a long one, right? It gets a lot of people to enter, and the listening party is really brief, so you can listen to all the songs.
Can I make it quick?
Twice.
Twice.
Another thing too, the song you can't start it until that month. So I have a confession to make. The first time I did DoD,
You better be careful what you say.
Eric WK from Kirby's Dream Band, and he had me record the guitars like 6 months before he submitted it. So I'm sorry.
Okay, go
Disqualified.
It was like 6 years ago. It's
reverse
fine.
disqualify. What place did you get on that track?
Well, I don't know, like 5th or something.
Fuck you. And then like I said, the main instrument must be played live for your tracks, and that's like, do you guys ever remember that video? There was like a really popular YouTube video of a drummer who like played a Super Mario Brothers medley, but on like a whole drum kit. I would love it if someone did that for DoD. Like that to me, like, is the kind of like thing that this rule would totally fit into that I haven't seen yet. Like nobody's done just percussion. Finbeard came close. Finbeard did some very percussion forward tracks, but never just percussion. I think
Drum Ultima hasn't entered anything.
Drum Ultima, he's got pitches. That marimba's got pitches. It doesn't count. That's fair. That's fair. All right, let's see what we got next. Why does the main instrument have to be played live? You want to try taking this?
Because it forces everybody to get better. I literally copied this right off the FAQ on the DoD website. But yeah, basically the whole deal is by requiring the primary instrument on the track to be recorded live, it forces everybody to like bring their best stuff and to take that feedback into consideration of like, hey, this playing could have been tighter here or stuff like that. It's good, and unfortunately that does run into the situation of there are a lot of extremely talented like EDM folks and producer types who are doing absolutely killer arrangements of things, but because they sequence their stuff or they're remixing the original, it doesn't qualify for DoD. To which I just say we have a really sick community of people who you can and should collaborate with to play something live on the track. That's all I got.
We even have a collab channel in our Discord for that.
Yeah.
You can anonymously request different instruments.
Yep, that's pretty cool.
It was also, because I think at the time people didn't like overclocked remix.
Another reason to hate on OCR.
Yeah. Obviously, Elshan was on there and everything, and everyone loved that. But they were just like, let's just do guitars, They're like, people are just putting stuff together in Fruity Loops, and it's low effort. And that was just at the time.
Yes. Danny Baranowski.
I don't even know if he was doing that stuff back when DoD started. I'm not sure.
Technically, he can compete now because he's got a full band.
Yeah, I know, right? Danny Baranowski, he had the first OCR album, didn't he?
He was on the first OCR album.
Oh, yeah, the Metroid album.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Metroid, Super Metroid.
Yep. What else do you need to know about DoD? DoD is awesome. You all know it's awesome. Hopefully, if you're listening online, you know why DoD is awesome. But it's a great community, great place to hang out. Our Discord is super active with tips and tricks on like music production, and it's a great field to like make a song, like make this cool piece of art in a limited fashion, right? Because limitation breeds creativity. You get to submit it and get really good critical feedback on the piece, and then like take that feedback. You could tune the song up a little bit, release it to OC Remix, put it on like a Spotify release. You could save them for a number of months, and then you can release an album. Like you give that 4 months of DoD, and you've got an EP.
Yeah.
Right. Like you can do all kinds of cool stuff, and like it's a lot of fun. And if you, the community is awesome. And we've got our Patreon where you can support us on there for like $3 a month. And if you do that, you get to know about the themes a few days early, just as a little supporter bonus. But all that money goes towards DoD getting really awesome banner art every month, and then also getting cool stuff like all these stickers that I have up here. I brought like
he has so many stickers.
We've got so many stickers.
No,
there
we
go.
pay our artists. Like,
yes. We love the enthusiasm. We'll kick you some money.
Right, that's the
banner
thing,
art
is-
for free, and they started paying like
Yeah.
a few years back.
Yeah. We started the Patreon in 2019,
We
I
like to
think.
pay people.
Yeah, it's important that artists get paid.
Austin, do you still need me to make that logo that you've been asking for the past 10 years?
Oh yes, that we do. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the one.
Okay.
one.
Yeah. Come chat with us. Get your calligraphy pens out. Q-Bosh was gonna do like this whole calligraphy Dwelling of Duels like text logo.
Oh, nice.
We've been talking about it for a long time.
As
I've
opposed to
seen
just like the drippy font on the website.
this font
We've
is
had
called
that,
Blood of Dracula. It is cool as hell.
It's very Castlevania.
I don't know who
right?
found it or where it came from, but like it is Dwelling of Duels to me. It's so fun. It's such a fun text.
How do I buy that CD?
So you can get the CD on our Bandcamp.
The CD for people at home is which CD?
This is the 2021 the compilation, the 2021 compilation.
We're working on others.
Yeah.
We've been saying that for the last year.
Yeah.
And a half.
Yes.
But I think Mike and I are finally going to move forward with the other compilations, because if we wait any longer, the backlog is just going
to keep increasing. Yeah, at some point we'll have to be like, all right, just like with this, I didn't start at 2003, I started at 2021 because that was right.
We're gonna finally bypass licensing, and like every time Mike was like, "You have a song, oh, it can't be licensed," so like I can miss everything.
Yeah, we might have to just like put something together.
Just kidding, we license everything.
I mean, we could also we could just as easily make a zip file of this and host it on the website and say like, here is the best songs that we have picked from this year, and we can do that.
We'll figure it out.
We got the idea.
Physical media, though.
Yes, that's the tricky part. It's like when you print it on a disc, then
you don't actually need licensing to put it on a disc. How do you think all the Bi-Score albums got put on disc?
Gary, this is being recorded by the FBI.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
Black bag, be careful.
We're gonna end up like the Final Fantasy VI album.
Yeah.
Balance and Ruin.
DMCA'd up in this month.
What else we got? Okay, here's some stats on DoD. We have had over 21 years, over 1,000 artists, 257 duels. That is crazy. That is a 16-bit number. Yes, DoD can drink. That was why we had Party Month. Party Month was in September.
It's the 21st, yeah.
Yep. And that artwork had a Shy Guy with a can of Sparks, too. He was just drinking Sparks. Anyways, over 2,000 games, over almost 6,000 individual songs. That is insane.
Yeah.
330 hours of music. I love that statistic is reported on here. Like the amount of just like duration-wise of music is insane. 21 years so far.
Yeah.
How much does that number drop if we disqualify Pud?
Not as much as you might think. The difference is Pud wins when he enters, but he doesn't enter all the time.
But if he doesn't, Ivan does, and then he wins.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
3 20-plus minute entries.
Yeah, that is a few hours worth of music.
Corey Johnson over here.
Yeah, Corey Johnson, I think, would have the bigger percentage. Ooh, that is a fun stat, though. I bet I could write a thing to tell who's got the most time.
Evil Sonic's got a spreadsheet somewhere.
Yeah. His spreadsheet doesn't have duration information. I got to get that for him, and then
He says 258 if you're counting Tornado.
That's right. This is the
and then we might have 6,000 songs if you count tracks that have been pulled for one reason or another.
That's true. Yeah.
We don't talk
obviously
about.
have a spreadsheet.
See us after the panel.
Yeah. You'll find out about the secret 53rd place entry from the 10th anniversary month.
Oh, it's probably mine.
All right. So, yes, we're here today. We are gathered here today for a tornado of solos, for all that is holy. So normally the theme is broad, and you can do any game, any song from any game. For Tornado of Solos, in the interest of having a short time slot, which we're filling up nicely with this little panel demonstration, we have 6 entries for this, and the theme was to have everybody cover the exact same song from the exact same game. Now they can do that in any style that they want. So we might hear some different styles. We might hear all DoD tone, guitar, bass, drum styles. Metal zone. Yeah. So this is like an extra duel that we're doing here, while the overall theme for April has been Rhythm Games Month. So people can do any kind of rhythm game entry that they want. But yes, we're just doing this. So this is the Stage 2 theme from Sky Shark for the NES, and everybody was only given a week, 2 weeks?
I think 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Yeah.
How did Sky Shark Stage 2 get picked?
Mike picked it.
Evil Sonic, he was like, my first decree as Overlord of Dwelling of Duels shall be, please cover the Sky Shark theme from Stage 2 from the NES.
From the
Thank
NES
you.
specifically, it's a Fallen tune.
Tim Fallen.
Tim Fallen soundtrack. Which echoes what we did last year, because last year was Pictionary.
Yep.
So we may just continue Fallen tracks.
We'll just work through the Fallen catalog.
Solos.
Yeah.
But yeah, notably, Sky Shark was had a completely different soundtrack on the Famicom in Japan. So we had to specify NES Stage 2
Tim Fallen.
Tim Fallen. 6 entries.
Yes.
So.
Very exciting. So while we're listening here, you will be able to vote along. But this is if you want to join Dwelling Duels, you can come to our website, dwellingduels.net. We'll chat with you. Yeah, please enjoy the tornado of solos as we jump in. We also are streaming this on Twitch, so there's no video, right? It's just going to be the audio from the mics and the contents of the streaming. But you can also join in the chat. You'll see we have a little chat window with our friends.
Hi, Twitch.
I heard a hi Twitch. Okay, and we're gonna play all these. So there's 6 entries, which I think is maybe 15 minutes. So we're probably gonna play these twice, and then if we have time, we may play a DoD greatest hit or 2.
Is there a link?
Oh yeah, and we're also gonna do. We have the
We're
bomb.
going to do terrible things to our guns.
Terrible things to our bodies. Yes, exactly.
Third time this year.
Third time this year. Yeah, we'll do some of that stuff in the audience while we're listening to these tracks. Please enjoy the Dwelling of Duels listening party. Oh man, how did I do this last
Is there
year?
a link that people can go to vote?
Yes, there is a.
DwellingofDuels.net/voting.
There's a QR code which will be on the stream when I get it projected up here.
And the site's also had a really beautiful redesign that makes it very, very easy to submit your votes.
Oh yes, indeed.
You just click submit. Well, no, you put your email.
Yes, you put your email and then click submit. Okay,
Heck yeah.
this is how we do it.
This is how. Yeah, sorry.
Oh shit, I didn't set up the sound.
You didn't set up the sound in the room.
Oh yeah, JC posted up. It's gonna show up in a second.
HDMI.
Posted the link.
Oh
And there's
yeah,
the
good
QR
call,
code.
Ian.
Okay, so that's the QR code.
How do I see my sound options? Audio settings. Head speaker. Okay, the stream can see the
Is it
sound.
turned up on the mixer?
Well, no, I have
Would it
it.
have anything to also do with the overall master volume of the
Fill out the
PC?
sheet. Fill out
Yes.
the paper. So, but now we're in the new millennium. You know what I'm saying? We're in the
We've been on this for a
Not
while.
muted. We're so. Hold on, I gotta check.
Hold on, is this going? This has its own knob on it
Oh,
too.
okay.
Let me also see what channel it's
Give us a
going
second. We're
Thank
just
you.
working on something.
There it is.
Hey, nice.
on. Let's restart that.
Yeah.
中にたくさんいるよ暗い雲の上に住んでいるがサメの声が聞こえるだろうか空に乗っていると雲で泳いでいると村の花が咲いているとサメのような色に空のサメが見られる
of our time block. So instead of playing everything again, we're going to play a quick DoD greatest hits that Ian just picked. If you've been voting along, thank you. If you did not, then take 20 minutes out of your day and listen to the entries again and then vote. Results will be announced tomorrow at noon local time here, so noon Central Time.
11.
I believe I will be doing the live results announcement, so meet me in the lobby at noon tomorrow to learn who won Tornadoes of Solos, and I'll pop in the Discord to announce it too. So.
All right.
I have voted.
Good.
Good.
Very good. So you can vote by, you've been sliding along on the sliders on the site. Go down to the bottom, put your email address in there, and then hit send, and we will receive them through the magic of the internet. And then, we'll tally the results for tomorrow. My mouse has died. So as a little DoD history lesson, we're going to listen to the winning entry from February 2019. We're going to do a little bit of a greatest hits thing to just kind of like round out the evening with you. This is Ice Cave by WinZip84 from the game Dragon Saber. Thank you. And keep it here because this is Dwelling of Duels. That's what we call a manual delay.
Okay, all right. Wow,
West 2 years ago, and we're going to play Toad's Final Race. That'll be the last thing we do in this room. However, if everybody would like to please meet us at the staircase in the lobby, we want to do like a VGM Con DoD family photo.
DoD.
So we're going to collectively
We'll pose on the stairs.
move over there, pose on the stairs for a photo.
Yeah.
And then
We'll swarm back to the lobby, and then you can go amongst your day.
yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Go amongst your day.
Here we go! I'm the best!
Mamma mia! Mamma mia! Congratulations!
Everybody say bye, stream.
Bye, stream.
Bye, streamers on the
DoD.
VOD.
See you in a couple weeks.
Yeah. Yeah, for Rhythm Games.
Don't forget your
Don't
Rhythm
forget.
Game Month deadline.
Yes.
I don't know when it is, but don't forget it.
But it's
Guitar Hero
happening.
doesn't count. Set it on the.
This Bulldog is great, man.
And I didn't stop streaming.
This Bulldog is where it's at.
No, I don't want to exit. Now I want to exit.